In 1959, 21 African-American boys died in a school fire in Wrightsville. Now, decades later, you won't find a grave marker for them, nor will you find an official cause of the fire. It's a story possibly unknown or forgotten by many, but it's a chapter in history that's far from being closed. Around 4 a.m., a fire mysteriously ignited, forcing the boys to fight and claw their way out of the burning building.
In the early hours of March 5th, 1959, a fire tore through the dormitory at the Negro Boys Industrial School in Wrightsville, Arkansas. When the flames died down, 21 black boys were dead. Boys who should have been safe, but instead were burned behind locked doors. It is one of the darkest untold tragedies in American history, a story of neglect, racism, and injustice that still asks for answers. The Negro Boys Industrial School was built to house black boys the state called delinquents. But many of these boys, some as young as the age of 11, were there for petty crimes or simply because they were poor and black. The school was more a prison than classroom, isolated, underfunded, and run with little oversight. The boys labored in the fields, worked on state farms, and slept in overcrowded wooden barracks. Their parents had little to say, and the public looked the other way. On that cold night in 1959, around 69 boys slept inside dormitory number 1 when the fire broke out, likely sparked by faulty wiring or a neglected heater. Panic spread fast. But the boys were trapped. The front door was padlocked from the outside, an unspoken measure to keep them from escaping at night. Some of the boys managed to pry open windows, jumping into the freezing dark, but 21 boys never made it out. Their bodies were found huddled together near a window, trying to breathe through the choking smoke, trying to find a way out that never came.
March 5th, 1959, 69 African-American boys, ages 13 to 17, were padlocked into their dormitory for the night at the Negro Boys Industrial School in Wrightsville. Around 4 a.m., a fire mysteriously ignited, forcing the boys to fight and claw their way out of the burning building.
It was a carefully calculated murder that involved 21 boys, but it was designed to kill all 69 that were housed inside of this dormitory.
The fire should have been national news, the scandal demanding justice. But in Jim Crow, Arkansas, the deaths of 21 black boys hardly made headlines. No one was prosecuted. The state offered no apology. There was no thorough investigation, no memorial, no promise to protect the boys who remained. Parents who asked for answers were met with silence. Some families never even got the remains of their children. The site of tragedy was left to rot, and the story of the Wrightsville fire faded into rumor and pain, handed down quietly to families who never forgot. Today, the Negro Boys Industrial School fire lives on in the hearts of those who refuse to let it disappear. Community leaders, descendants, and historians continue to tell the story, because to bury the truth is to betray the boys twice. They were children failed by a system that saw black life as disposable, locked away for correction, but denied protection, dignity, and even a chance to run when the flames came. The 21 boys who died at Wrightsville were more than just victims of fire. They were victims of society who turned their back when they should have cared. Their story is a reminder that justice delayed is justice denied, that silence could be as deadly as flames, and that we owe it to every child, every now and then, to fight for a world where no locked door, no indifference can steal their futures away.
Prior to the fire, Governor Favez had toured the Wrightsville School and saw firsthand the conditions in which the boys lived, but made no recommendations for change. However, newspaper articles reported Favez appeared disturbed by the deaths of the 21 boys, calling the fire inexcusable.
We remember the Wrightsville boys not as nameless headlines, but as sons, brothers, and boys who deserve to grow up. May we carry their names, and may we never let their story burn away.